say good morning, but it's not morning. It is afternoon. What is today? Happy Monday. Aaron and I are leaving the house to go into downtown just to get out of the house to do something. Because for the most part, we are usually, say hi, Aaron. We're usually in the house during the week, so we're gonna get out to go do something. And there is this like sculpture walk situation that they have here in DeLand. When my friend Dwight came into town and he stayed at the Airbnb, usually in Airbnb they have like little things that tell you about the city that you're staying in so that you can go and like explore. And we lived in DeLand our whole life, but I was like, oh, I wonder what they put in here. And so I saw they have like this sculpture walk thing, and so we're gonna give that a try. Can you hold that while I get the I have the brochure. So it's this right here. It's a little sculpture walk, and it tells you where to start. So I need to figure out where number 1 is. Oh, number 1's at City Hall. I think I've seen her before. So it like has all of the thingamajigs, and it tells you, it has a map over here. And like the lady who owned the Airbnb like had this situation in there. So I was like, oh, that looks cool, because I've never done the sculpture walk. Like some of these I haven't even seen before. So we're gonna go around DeLand downtown area and look at those and all that jazz. Ready?
Yeah.
Lego. So we found the first one, and it's near City Hall, which I low-key did not know where that was at first, but it's right here. Can you see it? And it's called Can you say that? Kongtuakshion?
No.
There she is right there. You can see her. Aaron has the app, so we're gonna see what it says about it.
It's not playing.
Durania's work is inspired by the numerous spheres mysteriously populating the Costa Rican landscape. In his primarily figural compositions,
So we kind of stopped going in like the order that it was in, because it was kind of like randomly all over the place, and it's too hot for that. So after we saw the third one, this is technically number 8 on the list, but we saw it from where we were. Like the third one was right over there with the bears, so we just saw this one, and it's so pretty. Like that's such a pretty purple. And it's so funny, I've driven by this a bunch and I never really paid any attention to it. Like some of these I never paid attention to, right?
I didn't know this existed.
Yeah, so what is this one called? It's called
Counter Move.
Yeah, Counter Move. But it's really pretty. I like that one a lot. Which one do you want to see next?
It doesn't matter.
We're at 8, and it says that number 7 is really close to 8. Where's number 7 look like?
Oh, Scrap Dragon.
Where's that at? It's so funny because I feel like a real tourist, because I don't know where these things are at, and we're just looking for them. I know I've seen this dragon before, I just don't know where. So let us try to get our lives together and find these things, and then we'll show you guys the next sculpture that we go to. So this is the last one that we're taking a look at, and it's called the Scrap Dragon. And we just listened to the audio, and he was basically saying like he had a friend that would have scraps of stuff, and his friend passed away, and so like scraps of metal. So then he took like scraps of metal and made this, because he said in his friend's scrap of metal, he always felt like there was a creature in the midst of it. And then at the end, he was like basically, what can you do with your scraps of stuff that you leave behind? Make a dragon. Don't flick the dragon. There are a few more on the museum tour, but it is. Oh, look at that! Sister Act. What is that? What is this thing called? This Place Matters. Oh, it tells you things going on downtown DeLand. Classic car cruising. Welcome to DeLand. Oh, things happening in DeLand. Look at DeLand coming on up. But look, Sister Act. I can't. You don't even see my finger pointing at it. But it's so hot outside that we're not going to go see every single thing, because they're kind of like spread out over downtown, and it's a lot of walking for it to be so hot. So we're just gonna go to the car. But how many did we see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So the next time when we see the other ones, probably like leave earlier, so that it's not like super hot, because it's really hot. We both have our water so that we don't pass out. We're waiting for it to cross the streets. Hey you guys, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. So I just got done going to the bank, and now I have a few more errands to run for the day. Yesterday I did not vlog. Yesterday I wasn't feeling well. I had like a stomach ache, and I just felt like really nauseated. Is that a word? Nauseated? You know what I'm trying to say. So I just, my stomach, it just wasn't working. And so I basically spent all day yesterday at home in my pajamas in the bed watching Netflix and on my phone. Like, it was just a lazy day. But I've been watching Arrow on Netflix, which is so not like me, because I love like romantic things, and I'm not like a huge action person. Like, I need 90% of the movie to at least be either really funny or someone falls in love. Like, those are the two options that I usually have when I watch something. And Arrow's not like that. Like, I'm only on episode 6. I'm on episode 6 or 7, but I see like there is this mini love interest situation going on, and I'm sure it will build. But most of it has to do with action and, you know, what is it called? Superhero type stuff. And so I'm so not used to it. So it's so funny to me that I actually like this show, because I'm like, who am I? What am I doing? Why? How? I thought that was my dad. How, who is this person liking Arrow and stuff? But my brother, see, this is a story. I wanted to watch Flash because I heard that it was good. So I was like, okay, why not? But then my brother told me that you have to watch Arrow before you watch Flash, because supposedly Arrow is Flash's mentor. So I was like, okay. So I wasn't really gonna watch Arrow, but then I was like, oh, I want to follow the directions so that I understand everything clearly, because I don't read comic books. So that's how I got to watching Arrow, and I like it. Like, I find myself sometimes like, who is this girl watching this action stuff? But I probably should watch less emotional things and more actiony things, because then maybe I'll be like less emotional person. But I just love movies like that, like when people fall in love and stuff. But I think it's good to have a balance. So I'm exploring this whole Alisha that watches action things for like fun now, which we'll see how it goes. But I like Arrow. So if you haven't watch Arrow, I recommend to watch it. I think that it's really good. And I finished Silent Seasons by Heather Lindsay. I don't know if I told you guys, but I purchased my first audiobook, which I don't know why no one told me, but audiobooks are where it is at. Like, I should probably be a spokeswoman for audiobooks because I love them so much now. Like, everyone needs to get audiobooks. So I purchased Silent Seasons by Heather Lindsay on audiobook, and I finished that yesterday. And in her book, she was talking about, one of the chapters was like, the friends that you have surrounding you during a silent season. Because I just personally feel like I'm in a silent season, and I think it's for me to grow deeper in my studying of God's word and just to go deeper as a believer, because God doesn't want us to like stay on the same level. He wants us to grow more intimate with him. So I definitely feel like I'm in a season of growing closer to God. And so in one of the chapters, she talked about like the friends that you have surrounding you in a silent season. And she was like saying like you kind of want to find the Jonathan to your David, which I have not read that part of the Bible yet, but she was like explaining Jonathan and David's relationship. And I was like, went to talk to Erica about like how I was feeling or what was going on, and she was like the best, and she like prayed for me. We prayed over the phone, and she was just like so encouraging. And I'm like, I'm so grateful I have Jonathans to my David. Like, I don't just have one Jonathan, but I got a whole bunch of them. Like, thank you, friends. So then I got up today and I was like, you know, it's gonna be a good day, because I was watching Jayla Corian, and she was like, sometimes you got to speak a good day into your existence. You can't like you can't let that bad day try to marinate in your life and you sit in it and you feel in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So if you're having a bad day, I don't know when you're watching this, but don't let that bad day like stay. Make it go away. Get up, turn on Kirk Franklin, because I like Kirk Franklin. Turn on Kirk Franklin, watch a YouTube video, go out, get dressed, go do something, because we don't got time for that. Yeah. So, I mean, I know many more bad days will come. Just because of the season that I'm in, it's kind of like an up and down thing sometimes. Like, sometimes I feel really encouraged and sometimes I feel discouraged. And I think that's just the way that it goes. That's just how it is sometimes. Like Heather was saying in her book, it's not always harvest season. It's not always like, you're not always benefiting from the fruit. Sometimes you're just planting. And I'm definitely planting right now when it comes to my personal life, when it comes to my business, when it comes to school. Like, I'm just in that. I think it has to do with the age that I am, being 21, about to graduate college in a year, and just all of the different ways that God wants to grow me. It's definitely a planting time. So there will be those days of not feeling encouraged because you don't see results, but it's good to always stay encouraged and have people around you that encourage you. Now I have reached 7 minutes of vlogging, so I am so sorry if you did not want to sit here and see me rant and talk about from Arrow to Silent Seasons to audiobooks. But now I need to go to make some copies and fax some stuff off to UNF, because they are getting on my last nerves with all this stuff that they need. So I need to go handle all of that stuff. But I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you later.